the start of autumn already. There's a big parade tonight to mark the transition, and we're learning about one fun way to celebrate. Here to show us how to make a colorful luminary is Sarah Lovett from the Fremont Arts Council. Welcome to you. Now, I grew up in Texas, so we call these luminaria, so it was never referred to in English, but they are luminaries.
They are luminaries, yes.
And so what are they exactly?
They are basic reed or different kinds of basket making materials, glue and paper, plus tissue, colored tissue paper over the top to make them colorful.
We put a light inside?
We put a light inside and we carry them or let them stand along the pathway and we have light.
And there's going to be the Luminata parade tonight where we see these all happening. You do workshops as well, right?
I do workshops. The parade tonight is people who are participants. It's not really a parade that you watch from outside. It's a parade that you bring a lantern to and you walk in the parade and the procession.
So cool. Well, look at this. Look at how amazing some people are at making these, but we're going to start at the beginning because my old luminaria technique was just the paper bag full of sand with a candle. So it seems like you bumped it up quite a bit from there. So let's find out how we do it.
Well, that does work. We had people come and using masking tape and these reed materials, round reed we call this. We just taped them together and you can see the little tape. And they made any kind of shape they want, from super simple, this has only, you know, a few pieces, to really complex shapes.
Is this an ice cream?
This is a cupcake.
A cupcake.
Gal
I knew it was a dessert. I just got confused. A cupcake.
And she made this amazing cupcake. It's pretty complicated, right?
That is really neat.
We had over 500 people come in making simple lanterns like this by just taking glue, putting it on the lantern, and laying tissue paper over it. It's so simple.
Simple as that. What
Anybody
kind of glue
can do
is
it. It's white glue.
Okay. Anybody, even me?
Even you.
Even me.
Would you like to try?
Sure, let me try it.
There you go.
Let's see if I can. Are you making one too?
I could be.
All right, so tell me what's sort of the secret to this in terms of making a successful luminary?
I don't know if there's a secret. It's really
just whatever you want, right?
It's whatever you want. This one's layered, and you can make it pretty complex, and it has a gloss finish on it. We had a technique where we were just painting, where we took paint, and some people went and did very elaborate drip patterns or even actual paintings. We had someone paint a dragon, and it doesn't matter if your paper is smooth or crinkled.
I wanted mine a little wrinkly.
Because that adds extra color, right?
Well, it is a little bit of interest.
But you want to put the glue on first.
Oh, you know, I'm going to right underneath.
There you go. It's a really...
It's not that I forgot. It's just that, yeah.
You wanted to lay it out first, and that's also a good way to do it. You can also cut out shapes ahead of time and lay them on.
So what is the light source that you use with this?
We're using little LED lights. Now, traditionally, we would have used candles, but LEDs are so easy.
Right.
And there's no fire danger.
Yes, and paper bags will occasionally catch on fire. That has been my experience with that.
You know, if you have a paper bag and you want to cut some patterns in it or glue some tissue on it, you can bring that to the festival. That would be fine.
Where is it happening?
It starts at the Aqua Theater, the southwest corner of Green Lake, and we meet about 7 o'clock.
Lots of families, lots of kids?
Lots of families and kids.
Look at this. Talk us through some of these creations.
All of
they're
the
amazing.
people who came made extra lanterns, so we have lots and lots of lanterns to sell. So if you don't have a lantern, you could purchase one of these that people have left for us to sell. Some of these luminaries were made by different people over time. That hummingbird is pretty complicated piece of lantern work, and there are different techniques that are more complicated, including using wet reed, where you soak the reed and you staple it down and you get a nice silhouette and then you build it out. So the seahorse and some of these other more complicated shapes are built that way.
What's the biggest one you've ever made?
Well, the seahorse probably is the biggest one that I've ever made.
And how long did it take you to do it?
Well, I worked with a carpenter on it, but it took a few days. It took a few days.
With a carpenter?
Well, it was fitted to a little boat. Right, so we wanted it to fit on either end of the boat, and the carpenter helped me to fit it onto the boat. But it's a process, right? You take the reed, and then you put cheesecloth, a very thin layer of cheesecloth over it, especially large pieces like this. And then you use this thumbnail sketch, which is a type of tracing paper.
Right.
And the beauty of it is that once you get glue on it and you put it on, it kind of shrinks. So it makes a nice tight. It's a little easier to work with than tissue.
This seems like a good activity with your kids, right? Because this is not hard, obviously.
We had children coming in and doing this, yeah.
Probably doing better than
Well, you're doing pretty well,
I think I'm just
playing with color
going
and
for
enjoying.
Abstract here. If you say it's abstract, then nothing counts, right? Anything you do is considered a purposeful. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It wasn't too bad, was it? I mean, I
she's
got
got
this
beautiful
side
colors.
done. Okay, so let's turn the lights down a little bit and see what these things look like, shall we? Wait for it. It's going to happen. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Beautiful. That is just so cool. And you use like the little LED candle
if you use those little candle tea lights, you need 2 or 3 of them because they're not very bright.
So what kind of bulb do you use instead?
The little bulbs we have are slightly different. They look like a little, gosh, what do they look like? A lipstick kind of?
Okay.
They're
Are they
just
battery operated? Or
they're battery operated.
Okay. And we get those like at a craft store?
Or display in costume.
All right. Terrific.
Yeah.
It's not too late. Go out there and whip out a luminary and join the parade. Thank you very much. Thank you. This one's so cool too. Somebody just used a...
Somebody came and they built the structure and they used just a really simple technique of putting stripes on it.
Wrapped around it, but with a really cool paper. The Luminata Parade is tonight, September 21st at 7 p.m. at the Boathouse on the south shore of Green Lake Park in Seattle. We've also put event details on New Day's homepage. It'll be lots of fun. Up next, an exciting round of New Day Hot Topics when we come back.
Thank you so much.